What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for La Liga Week 36 predictions. It's all heating up. Barcelona have all but secured the title in their epic win against Real Madrid. That is the fourth El Clasico win in a row, with the Kylian Mbappe hat-trick on the losing side. We did tip Barcelona and both teams to score in last week's La Liga video, and now Barcelona, if they get a win this week, then they do win the league mathematically, and I do think that is going to happen. Real quick, flashing up on the screen all the people that are supporting me over on the Patreon. You get access to exclusive members tips and accumulators and everything like that. There are some Serie A games tonight, as well as I think the Segunda Division in Spain. Granada are playing, and there's a couple of tips I post over on Patreon, so if you want to see that within 2 hours of watching this video, you can go and check that out and see what I've predicted for today. But you also get a shout out in every video, you get access to the tips and direct messaging access to me. So if that's something you'd be interested in, click the link in the description and I'd really appreciate it. The first game we have is a big one. It's Valladolid up against Girona. Now, Girona can all but seal their safety with a win here. Obviously, if they get the win, they'll be on 41 points. And that means, I mean, if Alaves don't win this week and Leganes don't win this week, then they'd be safe. But obviously, if they win this week, lose the last two, and Alaves and Leganes win all of their games, then Girona could, I guess, be relegated unless Alaves and Leganes come up against each other, which I'm not quite certain as to whether or not they will for the rest of the season. But either way, I do think that they're going to win here. I'm going to say it'll be a 2-1 win. It could be more. It should be more. Let's go 3-1. Why? Let's go 3-1 because it doesn't affect the tip. It just makes it all the more likely. I thought about Girona and both teams to score, but we could see a 3-0, for example. So my tip is going to be Girona to win and over 2.5 goals. That takes the odds from 1.6 to 2.37. That's just so much higher. So Girona to win, get basically the safety. Valladolid, of course, are gone, and that's that. After this, we have Real Sociedad up against Celta Vigo. Sociedad in 12th place. Can they get any sort of European football? Maybe. I mean, maybe. Very unlikely. If they get 3 wins and finish on 52 points, they could sneak into a Conference League spot, I believe, depending on other results. It's just not going to happen, is it? But still, mathematically, we move. I do think Sociedad are going to win. Celta Vigo, though, currently in 7th. They're going to be tricky to beat. Home form, 2-1. The tip, however, is going to be both teams to score at 1.75. I could see this being a 1-1, a 2-2. We actually did both teams to score for Celta Vigo and Sevilla. They ended up winning 3-2, but both teams to score was nearly evens, and I really like that. I predicted 2-2, so I knew there'd be goals there, but what a win that was for them. I'm going to say, do I say 2-1 Sociedad? I mean, they're winless in the last 5, and a win here for Celta Vigo would be absolutely massive in their push for European football next year. So, yeah, I mean, that really would be huge. But regardless, I'll stick with 2-1, but both teams to score is the tip. After this, it is Sevilla up against Las Palmas. Sevilla, they really need a win. If Las Palmas win this, they close the gap to 3 points with Sevilla. So this is massive. Sevilla absolutely have to win. They're winless in their last 7. I think they get the win here. If Las Palmas win, they might very well be out of the relegation zone, but they have a chance. I mean, this is an abysmal run here. Vallecano, Valencia, Atletico Bilbao. Some tough games, but real shame after the win against Atletico Madrid and Getafe there. But I'm just going to say Sevilla managed to get the win and all but secure their safety, and could all but relegate Leganes, Las Palmas rather. So I'll say 2-1 to Sevilla. The tip is both teams score at 1.95, but this is a very intriguing fixture with regards to relegation. And now we have Alaves up against Valencia. Alaves the favourites. Valencia, I think they can win this. I mean, Valencia were down in 20th when I said they wouldn't be relegated, and now look at them. If they win their last 3 games, they're probably going to get Europe. Let's be real. And I think they do. Unbeaten in the last 7. 2-0. 2-0 Valencia. The odds are so good. I'm not even going to say Valencia to win. Just Valencia draw no bet at 2.5. I think the momentum is with them. The belief is with them. They've gone all the way up through the lower half of the table to break into the top half with another win last week. Resounding 3-0 against Getafe. And I think they will get another win here, 2-0. After this, Villarreal, Leganes, again, massive. Villarreal, they have a chance to obviously get Champions League football. They want to secure that. So, I'm going to say they get their 4th win in a row, and I think it's going to be massive, 4-1. And the tip is going to be Villarreal to win and both teams to score at 3. I think Leganes can put up a fight. Obviously, if they win, there's a chance they stay up. So it's do or die. They've picked up 6 points from the last 4 games, which is pretty good. So I think they can at least score, but Villarreal are just too good. They're going to overpower them 4-1. After this, Real Madrid up against Mallorca. Mallorca also pushing for Europe, but Real Madrid, I mean, they've got Champions League football. They're not going to win the league. But, I mean, there's a slight chance. Imagine Barcelona win the last 3 games. And if that's the case, Real Madrid need to win. So I do think they will win. I'm going to say 3-1. And the tip is going to be Real Madrid and both teams to score at 3. Again, just like Villarreal. Brings the odds up massively from this 1.35 just for 1 Mallorca goal. And I think they can very much get that. I mean, Madrid do tend to score these days. 4-3 to Barca. 3-2 to Celta Vigo. Getafe are pretty crap. But there's a lot of 1-0s there, to be fair. I do think 3-1 is a good one, a good score prediction on that game. After this, Osasuna up against Atletico Madrid. Osasuna faltering a little bit in their race for Europe. Atletico Madrid, they're going to be in the Champions League. I think they're going to win. How funny would it be if they surpass Real Madrid? I'm going to say 2-0. And the tip is Atletico Madrid to win at 2.1. I like the odds. I think they're good enough, and I do think Atletico Madrid are going to win. They've lost half the games Osasuna have this season. They've won double the games Osasuna have this season. They're a better team. 2-0. Rayo Vallecano up against Real Betis. Betis have booked themselves a final in the Conference League against Chelsea. Vallecano, they won 1-0 last time out against Las Palmas. Rayo Vallecano looking for a place in Europe next season. I think they're actually going to cancel each other out here. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. The tip is going to be a classic. Both teams to score and under 3.5 goals at 3.1. Because I could see this being 2-1 either way. The odds are quite close. Betis slight favourites, understandably so. They're just a little bit better. Vallecano have home form. I think it could be close. 1-1. Both teams to score and under 3.5 goals there. After this is Espanyol against Barcelona. Barcelona about to win the league. They're going to do it here, and they're going to win with a resounding 3-0. And the tip is going to be Barcelona -1 handicap at 1.8. Not the highest odds, but not bad for all they need is a 2-0. I really like that. Barcelona -1 at 1.8. I'd go as far as to say that is a banker. I haven't looked at recent history between these two, but I do think Barcelona are going to absolutely spank Espanyol here. Espanyol, they're not going to get relegated, let's be real. This isn't going to change anything. Barcelona are going to win the league in style. Now, after this, it is Getafe up against Athletic Club Bilbao. Getafe, again, safe. They can't really do anything with regards to Europe. Bilbao, they're right near the top. They're going to win 1-0 to Athletic Bilbao. The tip is under 2.5 goals at 1.4. Here's a summary of my picks. I do think, realistically, if we look at these results, this says, I mean, obviously we've got Alaves not beating Valencia, but we've also got Las Palmas and Leganes losing as well. So the relegation battle to continue into another week, but with Girona and Sevilla distancing themselves from it, essentially meaning that there's only 4 teams left in the relegation race. So by the time the next week starts, the title will have been decided. Relegation will be down to 4 out of 3 teams, one of which already doomed to go down in Valladolid, and perhaps a spicy little battle for Europa/Conference League in the league as well. But that does it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss any future prediction videos, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.